How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back. So I want to do this video probably for 2 months now. I thought I better get this in before the end of 2025, to be less relevant then. But this is all for fun. Please let me know in the comments. Let me know your favorites from 1975. My list is really heavy on like hard rock and metal. Your list doesn't have to be that way necessarily, but there are actually some albums I don't own, like Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. I have like his Essential Springsteen. I have like a Born in the USA. Have like a rarities album. Fleetwood Mac, their self-titled album. I don't own that one anymore. Had like really two big hits on it. I have Rumors, which is like the mega hit from the follow-up from that, and I have like some hits collections from them. And Rush, Crest of Steel. That one's like an honorable mention. I do own that album, and so you'll see some Rush come up on this list. But like I said, this is all for fun. As far as starting this one off here, this is actually one I had like the old CD for. This is from it's called The Who by Numbers, and this one I had like the old one. It had like the blue and white background on the back of it, and I thought this one sounds really bad. I listened to it in the car not too long ago. I thought that's probably part of the reason why I didn't like the album as much, because obviously it's following up like three mega hits, with Tommy and Who's Next and Quadrophenia. So this one's a little bit of a letdown compared to those, but I still like it though. A Slip Kid, Squeezebox, Dreaming from the Waist. It has some great stuff on it here. This one actually has like the three live tracks on it. So at number 9, I gave like an honorable mention. This is actually the other one from that band. It's called Fly By Night by Rush. This one, I think this one's a little bit less prog than Crest of Steel. I know a lot of people that really love that other album quite a bit. I like it too. It just didn't make my top 10. But this one has Anthem, Beneath, Between, Behind, By-Tor, and the Snow Dog, Fly By Night. Has a Rivendell, obviously. Geddy Lee's a huge, I guess it's Neil Peart is like the first album he played on. He did most of the lyrics for Rush, and I guess he's a huge Lord of the Rings fan. So that part of it, I think things really changed. I really like the debut album from this band too, and that one's really more like a straight hard rock album, more like a Led Zeppelin kind of thing. So number 8, this is actually an album I bought like a year or two ago. It's Queen and Night at the Opera. This one, obviously because of the mega hit Bohemian Rhapsody. Main reason why this one's such a well seller for this album. I like You're My Best Friend. Has a Death on Two Legs. It has a 39. I think the production on this album is probably the best part of it. Roy Thomas Baker. It's like the fourth album he did with them. Okay, so number 7, I had to put this one really high. I'm a huge fan of this band, but it's Kiss Dressed to Kill. So this one has Room Service, has a Ladies in Waiting, Rock Bottom, Come On and Love Me, She, Love Her All I Can, and the iconic Rock and Roll All Night. They ended so many shows with that song over the years. I'm kind of sick of it. I like the other version of this on the live album, but for me, I had this one really high. This one was like number 9 at one time, and I can't move it up a little bit higher. So at number 6, a lot of people would have this one a little bit higher. I love this band, but it's Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. This one only has 5 tracks on it. It has a Shine On Your Crazy Diamonds, both versions. Welcome to the Machine, Have a Cigar, the title track, Wish You Were Here. Some really great stuff. Love the production on this. Love the David Gilmour's guitars are really great on this. Love the vocals. Okay, so top 5, like I said, it's gonna get a little bit heavier now. This one's Sabotage from Black Sabbath. Some great stuff on here. Hole in the Sky, Don't Start, Symptom of the Universe, Megalomania. I had never heard that song before I bought this like a year or two ago. Such a great song. It's really long. Probably why it's never on the hits collections, because it's too long for most of those collections. But Thrill of It All, Superstar, or Superstar. Let's say the instrumental. I think it's a great instrumental. It says "Am I Going Insane?" Radio. Some great stuff on here. It's probably my third favorite Black Sabbath album now, other than like Paranoid and Masters of Reality, Master of Reality. So number 4 from Alice Cooper, I have Welcome to My Nightmare. This one's definitely a nostalgia kind of thing. I've listened to this album most of my life, so you can definitely say that Black Sabbath is probably heavier and maybe a little bit better than this one. But this one's definitely nostalgia for me. Love the title track, Devil's Food, The Black Widow, Some Folks, Only Women Bleed, Department of Youth, Cold Ethel, Steven. Some really great stuff on this. So like I said, I have a history of loving this album. So number 3 from Aerosmith, I have Toys in the Attic. This one's another nostalgia kind of pick. One I've listened to several times. It has obviously the title track, Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way, Big 10-inch record, which I think it's a cover song. Sweet Emotion. What an iconic song that is. No More, No More. It's You See Me Crying, Round and Round. Just some really great stuff on this. This one's my favorite Aerosmith album too. Yeah, when I did my ranking for Aerosmith, this one was number 1. So to me, it's a classic. It's another one I've listened to since I was a young kid. So number 2, like I said, I had one live album on this. I have A Kiss Alive. This one, like I said, this one's basically they did like a lot of post-production on this after the concert. So a lot of it is in the studio, but a lot of live albums did that in the 70s. Some really great stuff on here. Deuce, Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, Nothing to Lose, Come On and Love Me, Parasite, She, Watching You, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond, Rock Bottom, Cold Gin, Rock and Roll All Night Again. That's probably the better version of that song. Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. Just some really great stuff in here. Like I said, it's those first three albums didn't do that well, as far as selling. And then when this one took off, basically all the songs that came from the first 3 albums were all on this. So at number 1, I had to put the mighty Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti. This one I actually listened to again on Monday just to make sure. It's a 2-disc set. Yeah, this one, so much great stuff in here. It's Custard Pie, The Rover, In My Time of Dying, Houses of the Holy, Trampled Underfoot, the iconic Kashmir, In the Light, just 10 Years Gone, the Wonton Song, Boogie with Stu, Black Country Woman, Sick Again. Just some really great stuff on this. I think I think Zeppelin 4 is still my favorite from this band. But you have a lot of these songs were taken from like Zeppelin 3, Zeppelin 4, and Houses of the Holy. But a lot of bands, when they do like leftovers like that on like the later release, it's usually not very good. But even Led Zeppelin's kind of songs that they didn't make it onto other albums are still some of the best songs from them. It's they were just such great musicians. Okay, everybody, I really appreciate you watching this video. Like I said, leave in the comments. Let me know your top 10, top 5 if you want to. Like I said, it could be any order. It could be 10 completely different albums for all I care, really. Your opinion is your opinion. This is my opinion. It's like I said, it's all for fun. Just celebrating great music that's been around for over 50 years is the main point. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. And please put a thumbs up on this video. Everybody have a great one.